Good morning, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Loving a Broken Heart. My name is Nick. My beautiful wife, Jenny, is behind the camera this time. You can wave in front of the camera, that's okay. There you go. And so, we're really excited. We're, again, in Chicago, and we met with two incredible couples who have volunteered to come and shoot this little portion of the video blog with us. And last video, we had a little talk with the husbands of CHD wives, and here we're really excited because this is kind of new for us in that we're actually able to meet with couples where the wives are the ones with the normal, I guess you could put, hearts, and it's the husbands who are the CHD patients. So just before we get started though, I'm going to have the husbands go ahead and introduce themselves and their wives, and so if you guys want to take away, Peter, why don't you go ahead and start?
Okay. My name is Peter, and this is my wife, Gail. And we've been married for 41 years, and I have tetralogy of Fallot. And I had open heart surgery when I was 14, and did really well until about 5 years ago when I started having some more heart issues.
Okay. And Monty,
my name is Monty. It's my wife, Gwen. I have a ventral septal defects with Eisenmenger syndrome, and I'm kind of unique, and besides the disease, I've never had surgery. It's never been corrected. And they didn't find it until I was 23 years of age. And I will be 50 next month. So I'm very blessed. And Gwen and I have been married for 11 years as of last month. And she's a blessing.
That's awesome. One thing that I was kind of hoping to talk about was something that came up over the last couple of days while we've been here, is that some people have been kind of going over the issue of when or how much really your CHD is in a part of your marriage. You know, like how big of a deal, I guess you could say it would be. So I'd love to hear your guys' perspective. So whoever has anything to say, let me go for it. So, I mean, Peter and Gwen, Gwen, hi, Peter and Gail. Was it that big of a deal, like, throughout your marriage? Because 41 years is a long time, and there's obviously many seasons in a marriage, so...
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was definitely factored in the beginning of our relationship. I would say, illustration-wise, at that point, it was a known factor, and it was one of the kids in the back seat. But they were a good kid in the back seat at that time.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and sometimes it is riding right between us in the passenger seat.
Okay.
In the front.
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. I didn't think about that. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, because I had my first surgery when I was 4 years old, which I don't remember much at all, of course, and then so-called complete repair at 14, and I remember that very, very amazingly. I mean, it was an incredible process, and it was very early. It was 1964, so a lot of kids did not make it through that surgery. In that sense, I've heard the term, we were pioneers in that, and so forefront of that. But it was such a phenomenal repair that I just went on and felt great after that. I didn't have any symptoms, didn't seem to have any limits. I've done all kinds of amazing things. So, but anyway, when Gail and I met, and part of our conversation was I let her know that I had this surgery and that this condition, but it didn't feel like much of a condition at the time.
Yeah.
But always in the background. I mean, I had an episode, I'll call it that, when I was 30, because I was in graduate school, drank way too much caffeinated tea. I mean, large cups of that, and began to affect my heart with arrhythmia, and so I stopped doing that and corrected.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then so I didn't really have any problems until about 5 years ago when I really started having some significant arrhythmia.
Gotcha. Yeah.
But I would say that it definitely factored into my thinking that, well, I love this man, I've chosen to love this man, but he may not live as long as whatever normal is.
Mm.
And
Sure.
yeah, but that was definitely in my head.
But it didn't seem to, I mean, clearly it didn't detract from
No.
your decision, yeah.
No, it didn't detract from my decision. It probably caused us to partner and see life with that in mind.
Yeah.
Even more so. Not sadly, but just with determination.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and, I mean, Gwen, was that kind of the same thing with you?
Ours is kind of similar. When I met Monty, he was very kind of, you don't know what you're signing up for. You don't really know what you're going to get into. Because his has never been repaired. He's never had the surgery. So, and the only cure for Eisenmingers is a heart and 2 lung transplant. And that's all they can do. To fix the hole's not going to do him any good, which is why he still has it. And so that's definitely something that, has weighed on him, and it weighs on the relationship in general. But it also puts into perspective the live every day, live every moment,
Yes.
because you don't know when that time's going to come that the doctor's going to say, okay, the side of the heart's too big, we're going to have to start looking at doing a transplant. That's going to be your option, so then you're going to have to decide. So we've really made it a point to do everything we can do. He'd been told for many years that he couldn't fly, and that restricted us a lot. With a new doctor and with counseling and some other folks who have similar conditions that he's talked to, that's changed, and it's opened a whole new world for us. And we're definitely doing everything we can to take advantage of every opportunity to see that and explore that and to really live life to the fullest. That's what our goal is to enjoy every moment and to live every moment. So it's there. We know it's there. We try to live every day not thinking about it. It's there, but you don't really think about it.
Sure.
And that was kind of how it worked going into the relationship. I know it's there. I know it's a possibility. He had a blood clot that gave him a real scare. He started coughing up blood, which was how they found the disease to start with, and put him in the hospital for about 10 days. And that was a scary 10 days, but at the same time, it's like, okay, so it is what it is. And, nobody's perfect. I have baggage. It's not a health condition, but I'm going to have problems too. And he's there when I have those. And, we count on each other and we support each other. And that's what it's all about is being there for each other, because I'm going to, nothing's to say that I won't end up with some acquired disease that then he's going to have to take care of me, and I won't be taking care of him, So yeah, it's a trade-off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But it's not one I would change for anything.
I was thinking, if I could weigh in on that we kind of think, well, we're going to marry somebody, so we're going to look for a risk-free relationship.
They don't exist.
No.
CHD or whatever.
Right.
It's like, there's no guarantee about health or anything else.
No, not for anybody.
Not for anybody. So.
And listening to them, while we've been here in Chicago, they say, the congenital patients need to be seen by a congenital specialist, but they also need to see regular doctors and this whole team effort, because you're as susceptible as anybody else to anything else.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, so are we.
Yeah, exactly. I think I've done premarital counseling for years. We're both counselors. And I started at that point with premarital because I thought it was really an important preparation point.
Yeah.
And that little phrase in the vows, for better, for worse, for richer, for poor, and sickness and in health. I really try to drive home the realities to couples that, you don't know what's ahead. We've been married 41 years and we've lost a child. We've gone through all kinds of things together that we never thought we would go through. And so you're committed. We committed to loving each other through those things and to pressing in together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a clip from a movie that it's fireproof. I don't know if you guys have ever seen the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so I think it's even the tagline: "Never leave your partner behind, especially in a fire." And so it seems so
Life is a fire.
Exactly. Yeah, and so some fires are bigger than others, but it's knowing that no matter what, you're right. You're right with your spouse. So that's incredible. That's really cool. How are we on time? Or okay. So even though this could go on for about, I don't know, another 3 days, I guess it's just a bit of a sample of things that we could be talking about, and I want to thank both of you guys, both couples, for coming. So I mean, for even doing this, it's such a big blessing to us, for Jenny and myself, to be in the company of people who truly love each other, and they understand, the depth and the beauty of marriage, and so to the four of you, thank you so much for doing this. So hopefully we're going to do this again, soon, one way or another, with technology.
Yeah. It's an incredible thing.
Yeah, exactly. So thank you all for listening and for watching. You can find this video and all the other videos from the past at lovingabrokenheart.wordpress.com. All the links will be there via YouTube as well, so you can comment on our actual website. We prefer that, but you can also, of course, comment in the YouTube videos themselves. And with that being said, thank you again. Say hi, honey, or bye.
Bye.
Yeah. And so thanks again, all of you, for coming on, and we hope you guys have a great day. Thanks again.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Bye-bye.